This week's videos are sponsored by Prize Picks, the easy-to-use fantasy sports betting app. More on them in just a bit.
Citizens of the Reject Nation, it's time to get witchy with it. We're diving into Agatha episode 4. Very excited about it. We are enjoying it as we go along. For me, it has progressed better and better each episode, and I think these gents agree. And, well, it's been Agatha all along. You see, that's what gets better all along.
It's been a fun show.
So hopefully 4 is even better as we go along. How are you today, Greg?
How
are you?
How are your day? Good.
How are you today?
Good. I'm good.
How are you today?
How are you good, Greg?
Very good. Yeah, we're going to watch this show. Before we get into it, I want to thank the fine folks at Prepper, without whom this is impossible. They do the tireless work. They toil, boil, and bubble getting this available to be on YouTube. So much love to Prepper. Also, thank you to the fine folks over at Patreon who throw in the ingredients that make that witch's brew possible. They're doing the eye of newt. They're doing the tongue of dog. They're doing all that stuff. Those patrons are so sexy and so full of witchcraft. So thank you very much. If you'd like to become a patron, head on over to Patreon where you can watch exclusive watch-alongs that John and Greg do exclusively over there, as well as this in its entirety, like you're sitting on the couch watching along with us. Also, if you can't afford to join the Patreon, because boy, is the world expensive, the average dollar is worth roughly 17 cents, please head on over to social media where for free 99, you too can watch more of us. Not tired of us yet? Me yelling? Boy, oh boy, you can find more over on TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Friendster, MySpace,
LinkedIn,
Tumblr, LiveJournal. Either way, let's watch Agatha. So much love. Let's get into it. Episode 4.
If I can't reach you, let my song teach you.
Definitely about the mom, because she wrote the best version of the Witches song.
That's right. Oh.
We didn't think you had it in you.
To die?
You didn't think you would win in them.
Is that a cheeky nod at them killing her so early? They didn't think we would? I think
Maybe.
Everybody's being really quiet.
For all we know, her mother died on the road, too.
My mom did die on the road.
We don't know that for sure. She could still be out here.
Find her.
That would suck.
Alone for how many years? Oof.
She died on tour. Hotel fire.
What?
On the road.
On the road. So good. Yeah.
Why did you come with us?
She said the road would save me.
From what?
You know, from a 9 to 5.
R.I.P. Mrs. Hart.
Sharon Davis.
Never learned her name even in death.
What's the problem now? A woman is dead, Agatha.
And Alice and Teen are kindly digging a grave for her. So they'll catch up when they can.
Jeez.
I mean, they've seen so many dead people over the years.
Yeah, it's so like,
We still have the issue of our incomplete coven.
You got Billy.
We needed the whole gang to access the road. But after that, it's anybody's game.
It's like the ballad says, burn and brew with Coven 2, and glory shall be thine.
Coven also.
The ballad clearly says, with coven true, glory shall be thine.
It's Coven 2.
That doesn't make any sense.
Her mother recorded the most popular version of the ballad, so maybe we ask Alice.
Okay.
Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
How many witches left the road with you last time?
none. When did they find out she didn't walk the road?
Uh-oh.
We still need a green witch. We would not have survived the last trial without my expertise.
True that?
According to my count, Mrs. Hart drank 2 glasses of the poisoned wine. How many doses of the antidote did she get?
Uh-oh.
This is your fault. Wow.
It's everybody's fault.
Everyone just turns on each other so fast.
We were supposed to look out for each other, but we didn't. That was our fatal mistake.
They're not a team.
It was fatal for Mrs. Hart.
I wish we could go home.
Careful what you wish for.
We can't go back. And we shouldn't go forward. Not without a replacement Green Witch.
People can't be replaced.
Can't they?
What if we summon a backup Green Witch?
What?
Yeah.
Aren't we all covenless witches? And by extension, we're rule breakers?
Sure.
Because Aubrey Plaza was obviously the intended Green Witch. Did they just bring her?
Anybody got a spell book?
Of course you do. Always ready.
Yeah, he sure he had the spell book all these episodes.
Yeah.
Supra, infra, extra.
The tiny little outline.
May she be smart.
And hot.
Not annoying.
Not annoying.
And also not
super political.
Wow.
May she be pleasant looking?
It's a minor
Pleasant looking.
fourth wall break.
May she be April Ludgate.
Non est facile.
Non est facile. I should know what that means.
I love how they keep the moon in the shots all the time.
Yeah, adds to that spooky vibe real nice.
Now what?
Now we wait. True witchcraft takes time. The spell must marinate.
Ooh.
Gestate.
Ooh.
They just summon Debra.
I do. This was very clearly a group effort. Oh my god.
Cool.
Wowie.
Why is the pit so small? This is hard.
Is that her?
I think it's got to be.
That's
yeah.
Heard you guys were having a party.
How did you?
I was in the neighborhood. Surprise.
Amazing.
What are you?
Oh, yeah.
Agatha, wait.
I wonder if their powers get stronger because she's the one that's supposed to come all along.
Yeah. Aubrey all along.
You're a green witch?
Less a green witch, more the green witch.
Use the voice. She used the voice.
We're supposed to walk this thing, right?
Yeah, just right.
Yes, you are.
Everyone is smitten.
As it happens when Aubrey Plaza shows up. It's
I
just,
mean, she's amazing.
oh, God.
So, the dangerous but charismatic lady's back. Are we in trouble, Agatha? More than we were 10 minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
So, what do we think? Can we trust her?
We know nothing about her.
We know Agatha hates her. I'd say that goes in the pro column.
Honestly.
Just,
Yeah.
Go on her phone number.
Same.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, they talk so loud about
they
other
shit
people.
right there, just 10 feet away.
What a scary bitch.
Nice.
Another house.
What's this one going to be the form of?
Here we go again.
Pass.
A mutiny already.
I can't believe Debra Jo Rupp's really gone.
I know.
Go anywhere
now.
but in that house.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
leave.
it's right in front of her.
It'll always be right there.
I agree, but the road clearly does not.
Yep. Roads rules.
It's so cool. The usage of those trees at such a depth.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like
this doesn't feel like the volume. This feels...
Yeah, they're like matte paintings involved in some way. Sometimes it looks like that way.
It feels like they built a forest in a soundstage in a good way. Like, weirdly.
Yeah, it adds to the
Like
ethereal.
a truly big, like, broad stage, yeah.
Waxing moon.
The fire phase.
You're the red one.
It's a cool door.
I like the motif of the moon phases, too. Water phase, fire phase.
Yeah, it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Definitely, they invented
Or James
that.
Cameron's Avatar. Also a Disney property.
Or just the away.
We're going
So-
70s?
it always-
Yeah.
Let's go.
Even the zoom out.
Don't touch anything.
Feels like there's a story there.
Check
Oh, nice.
me out.
Killing it, gang. Holy crud.
Seriously, we're an album cover waiting to happen.
60s or 70s?
70s.
What happens next?
A test.
No cheating this time.
Damn, these warships are amazing.
I was just thinking about the invite on the mantle. Maybe there is like a riddle or a kickoff for this one too.
Devil on your shoulder.
No.
Just 5 minutes. Let's sneak away. Yes, all the tortures, all the witch trials.
Wow. The centuries of horror they must have endured.
Oh boy.
And like fire is the witch's worst enemy. Like that literally is how they all get taken
Yeah.
out. So the firehouse must be so dangerous and horrifying.
Oh, that's a good call too. Yeah,
That
They were
literally
either
is the-
thrown in the water,
Or you're burned
at the
on the
stake.
fire. Yeah.
yeah.
Or pressed, which would be the Earth House.
Next episode.
Getting proctored.
She was trying to open the road, wasn't she? With her concerts.
Her fans were her coven.
Damn, be a crowded journey.
2 years after this tour, she had to sell the catalog to keep our house.
Who owns the Witch's Road song now?
Which is it? Am I wispy or am I kooky?
Both, if I'm honest.
Alice! Alice, don't.
Don't what?
Pardon?
Ah, shit.
Don't what?
Channeling. Were you channeling her mama?
I think it's cool that they keep the motif of different, it's like WandaVision did the sitcom eras.
And this is different.
This is doing like cinematic eras.
And by house on the road
Yeah.
gives it like a function.
Who are these people?
They're my new best friends.
Yep, agree.
I'm feeling impatient. I'm feeling like I want to cause some damage.
Whoa.
Why did you bring that boy?
Oh, many hands.
I think she has an inkling who he is.
I think she like knows.
Maybe the road is like Switzerland.
Yep.
What if we just call it truce?
Eat some chocolate.
Just one more big adventure. You and me. Like old times.
Ooh.
Work and play.
That thyroid.
I don't think it's her daughter.
I hope not.
I support this.
You tell me what happens next.
Oh, yay.
I get the pleasure of watching you do what you do best. Which is kill all the witches around you, one by one.
Jeez.
You get your power, and I get my buddies.
I thought she triggered it on purpose.
Hey!
I think she did.
Coven you're talking about.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
really did.
I know it. What does she mean? What is she talking about you?
Whoa.
Oh, amazing. It's like a Brian De Palma shot.
It really is. Is
Get that.
that a split diameter or whatever?
Yeah.
Split diopter, yeah.
Awesome.
Play me.
Oh, the note in this one, it was papyrus and now it's a record. It suits the home it's in.
Cool.
Now it's Lords of Salem.
Yes. It's, you gotta reverse it. Backmask it. Backmask it. You gotta play it backwards.
Yeah. Ah. Whoa.
We've been cursed.
The soup was so good. And that's the way you count down in the yes.
Old time metronome. not
Okay, this
bad.
is working so much better for
Yeah.
me.
Nothing's happening. Maybe this curse isn't so bad.
Bring it to another song.
Does anybody feel...
Naughty.
Yeah.
Start dancing. I think he's gonna start dancing.
I feel lighter.
Like you're on drugs?
Burp Charlie.
Oh, Firehouse.
What is it, Louie? What's wrong?
I love that she's just fascinated.
Ugh.
Can I borrow this?
Whoa,
Cool.
Oh, man. Is this getting to air in China?
nice. Cast out the evil.
I don't know. It's like legit magic.
It's like demonic horror. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna need you to draw one of those circles around me.
So what do we do?
The only way to end a curse is to face it.
Face to face.
Oh, in order to save them, you have to face your trauma, my friend.
Zooms. Oh, damn. That's a burn.
Do I have one too?
It's like a cursed mark.
Yeah. A dark mark.
Oh, what?
Nice.
What is that?
Whoa.
That's the curse.
Just reading a newspaper.
Backmask.
Bow to the Witch's Road.
It's you. You brought it in here, didn't you?
Leave her alone, Agatha.
I didn't think it was real.
Think what was real?
That it's my fault that I can't keep a job. That everything I touch turns to shit. I couldn't save her.
Wow, the curse and trauma metaphor is so fascinating.
Oh, she's had it a long time. That's why it looked familiar.
I convinced myself they were birthmarks,
Oh.
even though she had the same ones.
Wait. Are we talking about a generational curse?
Yeah. No, boy.
Whoa. You know what I've really liked about these last two episodes is that they're actually they do the genre. They're not
100%. They're not just
they're not commentating or parodying it.
Which is
They're-
why I didn't
yeah.
like the first episode. This is like WandaVision. It feels immersive, not commentary.
Yeah. Like it's almost anthology-esque.
We have to play Lorna's ballad.
I'm not playing that song.
All signs point to a jam session.
Look, Aubrey's already got drums.
The ballad opens the road.
Lorna's version is different, though.
What did Lorna want from the road?
To know if it was two or true.
Yes.
To save her daughter.
What are the actual lyrics?
To save her daughter.
So now you have to save yourself.
You should have burnt to a crisp years ago, but here you are. Sullen and aimless, but alive. That's because at any given moment, somewhere, someone is playing that song that
That's
you
cool.
hate so much.
Keeping her going.
Lorna's ballad is a protection spell.
Music keeps you alive.
It protected you.
And maybe
now
now,
she
it
has
can
to
protect
protect.
us.
I love the song as that, and it always being played because it's an anthem. That's amazing.
Play it right, play it well, and maybe we won't die.
This gets big. You're all industry plants, though.
Yeah, chills.
I wonder that's why they made us really made sure we heard the whole song in the second episode too. They're making this song super famous.
Protecting us.
I don't know.
Oh.
Get your knife.
Fight through it. Put that into the emotion of your vocals.
I have learned the lesson.
Power.
The road is there, and so I dare to risk this heart of mine.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road.
Let's go.
Down,
Down the road. Down the witch's road.
down.
The actual use of mapping of the song is really cool in headphones.
Yeah, right.
It like moves the room.
Friend to glory at the end.
Oh, great fire!
I have known the power of midnights in the wood.
Oh, an actual piano shot.
The games wait, the trials wait.
Whoa.
For those
What
that seek the prize.
The pick of destiny.
Is he like stabbed?
Like glass or something.
So whatever that thing that was invisible is becoming like manifested.
Tangible.
They're gonna be able to see it soon.
Yeah,
Triangle.
triangle. It always needs more triangle and cowbell.
Down the witch's road.
Yeah. Them backup vocals.
Together and alone.
Oh.
They're banishing it.
Yes.
If I can reach you, let my song teach you.
Oh, that's beautiful. There's something so beautiful about this.
Yeah.
That is really beautiful about it.
It's the shared healing of music.
Yeah.
Remember what I told you. It's the only.
The maracas.
I love she's a percussion instrument
She's
coming
just
out
the
of
whole
nowhere.
percussion.
There it is.
There it is.
Whoa.
Damn.
The curse. I can see it.
They all can see it probably.
Woof.
I can kill it.
Down the witches. Down the witches.
Yeah.
Now she's playing.
Oh my goodness.
Wherever it may bend.
Damn. That's an icky design.
I'll see you at the end.
Interesting use of that lens there, too.
She's sacrificing herself? No, thank God.
Oh, she got to take it out. We lose one every episode.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just Agatha at the end.
Climb in the piano. Let's go.
Oh, that's how they get through. That's clever.
Killing it.
Yay. Yay.
Yay.
He got like a stab, right? Like,
They did. Okay.
Play through it.
What's wrong with him? He's bleeding.
We've got to get him out of here.
Careful, gently.
There's so much blood.
So much blood.
What else can we do?
oh, she's caring instead of flippant.
What do you need, Jen? What do you need? Water and moonlight.
Oh, well, that's lucky.
Abaqua Kurabe.
Three of Swords.
Wilderness.
Three of Swords. Gotta brush up on my tarot. Oh, yeah, do the Last Crusade thing.
Look what you did.
Healed. This episode's about healing, guys.
Overcoming. Healing. Pushing
Healing
through.
wounds.
Cauterizing them, even.
How are you bound?
I was invited to the brand new Obstetrics Association of Greater Boston. It was a trap.
Can't trust you Bostonites, Bostonians.
It's fair.
How do you like them apples?
I'm bound. Which apple?
When Mom died, I stopped believing everything she ever taught me.
It's bonding and healing.
What's a bod you gotta heal?
Part of me hoped that the road wasn't real, so I could stay angry.
Now you know. It was all for you.
Damien.
And that makes you sad. Sad is better than angry.
Usually under anger is sadness.
You know the worst part of being a witch? All the misconceptions and rumor mongering. We've all got an extra
You guys don't have extra.
What?
So I'm covered in.
Free every one of them.
I forgot you was in the fire. By the fire.
Yeah, it was like an emotional moment. They didn't cut to her making a silly face.
How many nipples do you have, Billy?
It's not a witch yet.
Teen.
Wiccan.
Agatha, did you put the sigil on me?
No. A sigil works on the witch who cast it as well. That's why we don't use them as much. They're super irritating. Sigils are destroyed, not lifted. So before you ask how, in that curious little voice of yours, the answer is when they're no longer needed.
Wicked.
You don't have to know a person's name to know who they are.
Careful you don't say something nice to me.
Oh, I won't.
My name's Henry, guys.
Agatha, what really happened to your son?
It became Aubrey Plaza.
Transition, so I disowned her.
Heal fast. We're not staying here long.
You got to tear those walls down.
Yeah.
They were keeping him warm.
Tear that wall.
Don't worry, this sigil will break when the spoiler embargo lifts.
That's what it's protecting.
Yeah. Kevin Feige cast the sigil.
Agatha, why don't you show us your battle scars?
Let's do another naked scene.
Knitting needle to the elbow. You ever hear of the Daughters of Liberty?
No.
Exactly.
Hey.
I've got a scar. A long time ago, I loved someone.
Agatha gave her the scar.
And I had to do something that I did not want to do, even though it was my job.
She's directing this.
And it hurt them.
Apology accepted.
She is my scar.
She. Is she Mephisto?
I mean,
I think she's Mephisto's daughter. Blackheart. She said her name Blackheart instead of a name.
and she said she had a black heart.
Yeah, I think she's literally Blackheart.
Oh.
I think it's her daughter. My fantasy's coming true, guys.
She's Billy Maximoff.
Do it, guys. That'd be cowards, Disney.
Come on.
That boy isn't yours.
Whose is it? God, the space between.
Can't be too vulnerable, huh?
Cut that tension with a knife.
Should have said it after the kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had your moment, you had your opportunity. But Disney's not. Say it before. Say it for another episode.
Wowie.
Reject Nation, I never really consider myself a sports guy. I know so many people who are into sports, so many people who watch this channel are into sports. My wife, into sports. Sometimes it feels emasculating while she yells at the TV and I don't know what's going on. Why that feels emasculating? That's more to do with me than her, that's for sure. But anyway, the peer pressure got me to find a way to find fun with sports. And if you're looking for a fun and simple way to get into daily fantasy sports, let me introduce you to Prize Picks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy app with over 5 million active members. And honestly, it's the only one I've ever used, but from everyone who I know who has used fantasy sports thingies before says this is the easiest one they've ever used, my wife included, and the missus is never wrong. All you do is pick more or less on player stat projections, like how many yards your favorite QB, that stands for quarterback, by the way, will throw, or how many points a star player will score. You can pick between 2 and 6 players, and if you get them right, you win. Even I can comprehend this, and I'm not the smartest guy. And like I said, it's easy to get started, and it's easy to use. A lot of emphasis on the easy. Here's one easy example. So at the time of recording this, we just bet on Jordan Love, Jaden Reed, and Joe Burrow. Consulted with John. John knows more about sports than me, so really this was his decision. So let's see if he tanked this whole operation, or if we're filthy rich now. Great thing, if one of your players ever gets injured, Prize Picks has an injury insurance policy. I could use some health insurance in my own life. So your lineups stay in play. Rhymes, bars, baby. And if you miss one pick, you can still cash out thanks to their unique flex play option. It's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. You can download the Prize Picks app today. Use code REJECTS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. There's a lot of fives in this shout out. $5, $50, 5 million members. It's like the number 23. But anyway, you don't even have to win to get the bonus. Isn't that awesome? Prize Picks. Run your game. Get into daily fantasy sports like this expert over here.
Well, that was episode 4 of Agatha All Along. We're going to dive right on into it. First off, John, what'd you think?
I am increasingly enjoying this. This is lovely. I like it very much. All the oscillation of visual and tonal styles is a delight. And in this episode in particular, I remember we were quite struck the first time The Witch's Road, him incantation
I'm
song.
trying to figure out who people in the credits are.
Yeah, because I think that was her mom. Now that I've seen.
Yeah, that's her mom, and I think that was the younger version of who's the older lady here.
Oh, Patti LuPone.
Patti LuPone, yeah.
Patti LuPone.
And
Yeah.
that's obviously Lisa Simpson.
Yeah. That's Aubrey. That's
Disney
Aubrey Plaza.
princess.
It's so weird that Fox did. Anyway.
Oh, and it's them. They do tons of music for Disney. Anyway, yes, I really liked the way that this episode in particular honed in on the notion that music is like a shared ritual and spiritual experience of sorts, and can speak in ways that like simple verbiage cannot. And you know, song as incantation and as like bonding is also just a pretty witchy thing to do. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Just as a music fan and a fan of witch lore, like I thought that was really sweet. And then having the late '60s, early '70s vibes and camera choices and stuff like that was really fun. Like I'm just enthralled with the game of the show thus far. And yeah, like it's not. Because of the length of the episodes, it's not like able to get like mad deep, but I feel like I have some attachment to everybody here, and I'm really enjoying the sort of unfurling mystery now that we have Aubrey Plaza back of just what's going on between her and Agatha, and like the way they play off each other is terrific. The overall chemistry between everyone is great. The little Agatha and teen relationship that is blossoming slowly is nice. Like, yeah, it's their game to lose for me at this point because I'm really digging it.
Greg?
Yeah, Coy. Everything that John said. First off, I want to be said that everything John said, I also would also agree with what John said. So add that to my commentary as part of Greg's commentary.
He talked twice as long because he already had half John's coverage.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
In the edit, you'll see that he just dubbed over it. This is actually just John talking.
Very well spoken.
Yeah.
By taking his
oscillates. Great use of oscillates.
And last time, what I forgot to bring up.
Sure. What was it?
I think it is a truly wonderful development that they touched on that idea of like analog magic as the craft of and the physical. Like, obviously we're in a fantasy realm, so you think like, ooh, beams and powers and Harry Potter. But I feel like the true, roots of all of this are built on, holistics and metaphysics and stuff like that, and things that are very tangible and things that you can kind of just do by hand with what Earth has provided you. And so in a universe where everything is very, mystical and magical and, the supernatural is real, I think as a theme, and it carries through this episode too. It's just like a really terrific.
I like that. And the term analog, especially for this use.
Which is a great way to set up Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And Mephisto.
Analog magic. No,
Yeah.
I mean, this is. I do think on the long game, this is setting up a lot of things that will be leading to Doom, including even maybe Aubrey Plaza playing Cynthia Von Doom. But
yeah, that's a good point. I thought this was a fantastic episode. I think each episode is 2 is my least favorite of the episodes, but out of that, I would put this. I was like, okay, the third was my favorite. Now I would say this one's my favorite of them all. So it is cool to watch it like gradually just get better each time, and I feel like there's something a bit like, okay, if you look at like the WandaVision comparison when they went into the sitcoms, their personalities changed when they went into each one of those sitcoms. Like they were really adjusting their like the way they all acted to whatever the sitcom was. They don't do that here. They keep their personalities the same, but they really commit to the genre. So it is like plopping the characters that we're following into another genre without changing who they are. And they allow their evolution to continue just within a different genre, which I actually find really intriguing and not a repetitive motif from the previous show that this is a spinoff of. So I really like the usage of that.
yeah, they didn't speak in like 70s slang, but the energy of the 70s music drama translated.
It's a good compliment to what came before without being a direct like, oh, we have to do film styles.
Which is the definition of a spinoff.
Yeah, and it's not like even funny in the genre. It was like WandaVision kind of aimed to be a little bit funny about the genre that it was doing, and this is not even funny in that sense. And so I really am enjoying that a lot. And I find that so it actually makes me like episode 1 a little bit more, the episode you're really against, because episode 1 feels like a direct, like, I remember saying to John when we were watching it that if this wasn't Agatha all along, I would think this is just a cliche TV show. of this type of genre, where I wouldn't say that for what happened in the last episode, and I wouldn't say that for this one. It feels like it's honoring those genres that it's being, like this 70s demonic horror, which is something that I know a lot of more indie filmmakers like to play on nowadays. And I think they did a really good job here for the Disney Plus medium. And watching how this show, like what I love about the path, the last thing I'll say is what I love about the path that they're doing is that it's not just like a big MacGuffin path. It's not just a bunch of fetch quests or like solve some stupid riddle. It's all about confrontation from within first.
True trials.
Yeah. And like they make direct analogies or metaphors of like, oh yeah, to face the curse, you got to face, to overcome the curse, you got to face yourself. And it's like a lot. This one was dealing with generational trauma this time, you know? And so I really love that. And there was something really beautiful about the motherly protective element of creating that song. Like I actually felt quite a lot for that when they were playing. I really felt that a lot. And I like the recontextualization of the song, because I know it's one of those moments that gets crapped on a lot for some reason, even though I really liked it in episode 2. It gets crapped on a lot.
I loved that choice.
People crap on it for some reason, but I liked it. And I think it's even better here. So,
yeah, I think it totally, I mean, musical elements work when serving the story, and I think both times they've used musical elements has really served the story.
Yeah.
I struggled with the musical elements in, like, say, Miss Marvel, because it felt out of nowhere and it didn't feel like it furthered things. It felt like gimmick, and this does not feel like a gimmick. It feels like it's actually like filled with heart and purpose. For me, I did not like the first episode. I've made it pretty clear. I usually give a show 3 episodes, and the first episode I didn't like to the point where I was like, I don't know if this show's going to be for me. I'm really happy that I think it's for a lot of people, because I could see that it would be like for the crowd that loves musicals and the crowd that for example, I was in Rocky Horror for 4 years, but I don't like stuff other than Rocky Horror in that kind of tone. I just don't get it. Like, it doesn't translate to me. So the first episode I was like, oh, the line between campy and corny for me is very fine. And so it was a struggle for me to really connect to it. And then I was worried that the show would feel like that as a gimmick. And it did the opposite. It actually, like you said, made episode 1 better for you. I still don't love episode 1 because I feel like it's still not a choice I would have made, and I don't quite think it fits, but it retroactively makes me appreciate the swing a little more, and it makes me appreciate what they did later more, which is these last 2 episodes. Because episode 2 is just like, gather your team and like kind of your Dungeons and Dragons squad. And that was needed, but now that we're into the story and the heart of it, I am liking these characters more. I do feel like we have a connection. And this episode in particular really established that you can play, kind of like what you were saying with genre, keep the characters true, but I really like that it never felt inauthentic to the characters, to Agatha, or to the arc we're on. Like this felt like the biopic with Val Kilmer playing
the Jim Morrison.
Yeah, this felt like Laurel Canyon. This felt like that era in music and time, but it also was still a story about generational trauma and about healing through music. And my favorite ever Chuck Palahniuk book, one of my favorite authors, is about a culling song. It's this book called Lullaby, and it's this really haunting concept of every time someone reads this, do you know Lullaby?
Nope.
There's a poem in this children's book, and it accidentally gets printed, and it was a song that these tribes would read to their dying warriors. And so it accidentally gets printed in a children's book, and parents are killing their kids because they're reading them this poem, and sudden infant death syndrome is sweeping the nation, and babies are dying. Dark book. And ever since I read that, I was like, the power of words, which is my obsession, is so incredible. And the power of song is adding emotion to words and connecting and all those things. And so my biggest association of that is this killing babies thing. And this was this really beautiful inversion of that, is songs connect us in so many ways. Like going to a concert feels like church. Going to listen to the radio. Millions of people around the world are sharing one experience.
Yeah.
Sharing music with each other. Like to me and John, before almost every single video, and the patrons know, we just talk about music. It's a connection in an emotional way, and I really like that they use that here as a generational thing, as an emotional thing, as a protecting spell. Like all of that really connected. So officially, as of episode 4, I like this show. And I was like 3 was like good, but I was like, I'm still fit because I just had such a bad time with 1 and 2. 4 was so good that I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Okay.
And I like too that you get.
I want to be honest. People think I like everything. I did not like it. So the first 2, I was like, do I do this show? Like, I don't want people to think, because that denigrates the things I really like. I did not like it to the point I was like, do I cover? So the 4 is like, okay, I'm excited for 5, not because Marvel Studios logo. I'm excited for 5 because episode 4's entire experience gets me excited.
Yeah.
And even though when Alice walks away, you can obviously you know the house is going to show back up in front of her. Like, I like that the road itself, to your point, feels like it is orchestrating all this by peering into the characters rather than just coming up with stuff for them to do.
Yeah, fun
so like the
visual gimmicks.
The road, the place, even though it's changing form, feels like a character. And also, I thought that demon was pretty sweet. Like, that demon looked icky and gross and really, like, formidable, just in terms of the design alone.
Yeah.
Again, though, that's my thing, is it'll get a lot of
Will
credit.
it play in China?
That's his thing, China.
Just if it's not played in China.
Why are we even watching it?
We're gonna move there one day.
I gotta make sure I
This
can
is
bring
where
my
this
favorite
country is
shows.
headed.
Start learning the language now, because that is inevitable. Is this coverage applicable?
Like, because it's on Disney Plus, it's like, oh, impressive. But
if it was not,
if
this was on
it
FX,
looks like a demon I've seen before.
like Hulu had with Legion, the other Aubrey Plaza demon show.
And it's those little things that I'm like, just kind of push past a little more than just being higher than usually what Disney does.
Truly a disturbing demon, not just pretty disturbing for Disney.
The Disney asterisk is very strong on spooky. But hey, we almost got a lesbian kiss, and we almost got a scary demon, and we almost got. So we're getting there.
To be coy about it, if you're sitting there objecting to the queerness of the Witch series, maybe you should go and
not watch.
Maybe expose yourself to any other Witch thing ever. Like, please.
The Craft, highly recommended.
God.
But
I felt like Multiverse of Madness was Sam Raimi's touch. Just to put it out there, I feel like that really would push like violent imagery, like surprisingly honestly.
Sure.
I really like this one. I cannot wait to see how the Aubrey Plaza stuff unfolds, just because I love watching Aubrey Plaza.
She's amazing.
They've made the character so captivating. Anytime you cut to Aubrey Plaza, or even there's a frame with her in the background, I'm like, what's she doing?
She's devouring the scenery in the best way.
My God, I love her. So cannot wait for the next episode. Please hit that notification bell so you know when we drop the next episode. Spoiler alert, this time next week. But also leave a comment below. Let us know which of the episodes is your favorite if you're enjoying this journey. Leave a like. Do all the things. We'll see you next week, Reject Nation. Much love.
Lex,
man, Lexus,
wow,
Lexi.
If there's anyone who I think we could travel down the witch's road with,
let's go, Lex.
The top of my head, I was like, Lex. You know why? Because there was one of two names left to shout out in this shout out, and I saw yours first.
And you're the witchiest.
That's how fate works around here. Process of elimination. And due to that, you are now going to travel the practical effect world of Agatha all along with us. You lose a witch.
Trials.
They just lost Kitty from that 70s show.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you are going to be the replacement witch.
Boom. Get in there.
Insane.
Work some magic.
What do you think Lex's specialty is? You got 3 options, John. Take it away. Gary Busey style.
I got 3 options.
Three power sets. Gary Busey style. Take it away, John.
She can conjure a meatball sub anywhere she is.
That comes in handy. People get hungry on the road.
Absolutely. Another power is... when Lex appears in Point Break, she's the most grounded performer.
Underrated.
Somehow, despite all odds.
I can see Kathryn Bigelow knows when he gets the right actor, knows how to get them to be good.
And Lex also, one of her powers is conjuring up tall blonde sons named Jake.
Oh yeah, you need
gotta have a Jake on your side.
As much as this is the queerest show of Marvel ever made, you gotta have one guy in there.
Definitely token guy.
They want to be able to take out some experimental lust on or punish.
Oh sure, or both.
You could see. Oh my God, that sounds like a great time. You can call that power number 4.
That's power number 4. Lusty punishments.
Lex, you are just a great addition to the cast of Agatha all along.
Can't wait.
Can't wait to see what you bring, and I hope the internet's kind to you.
Of course. As they always will be.
Lord be with you.